As you all know, one of our major challenge in India is access to energy for all the households. Even now we have 79 million households which constitute a population of about 400 million people are not connected to the grid. And those who are connected to the grid experience power cuts and poor quality of supply almost every day. So it is the biggest challenge of the government to give electricity connection and reliable 24/7 electricity supply to all the households. And to achieve this goal, we need to leverage emerging smart technologies. Realizing this, the Government of India issued a smart grid vision and roadmap in September 2013. And to achieve the goals which are envisaged in the smart grid roadmap, government is going to launch a national smart grid mission which have its own resources and organizations all across the country. That national smart grid mission is going to be launched in the next 1 or 2 months' time. Also, the newly elected government in India wants to develop smarter cities. So 100 smart cities program is already launched, and there India Smart Grid Forum has already advocated that smart grid can become the anchor infrastructure for building smarter cities at marginal cost. With all this background, India is soon emerging as a hot destination for smart grids and smart cities. And it is in this context that India Smart Grid Forum and Government of India have decided to hold an annual event called India Smart Grid Week, the first edition of which is in first week of March in India's Silicon Valley, that is Bangalore. All the technology companies from around the world are expected to participate. It's a conference and exhibition. We have invited the leading minds in smart grid and also several other scientists and visionary speakers for this event. It's a 3 days of conference and exhibition preceded by a tutorial and several parallel country event. And the last day on 7th of March we have site visits to technology companies in Bangalore and also to some other utility control centers and smart grid pilot projects which are taking place in India. So we encourage technology companies to come and look at the India's emerging market, which will have more than 200 million smart meters in next 2 to 5 years time, and building a entirely new smarter grid. This is going to be a big business opportunity for technology companies from around the world. Countries which have already made progress in smart grid implementation, we wish to learn from their experiences and their learnings. Large delegation from the US Trade Development Agency is bringing a business delegation, and there will be a US pavilion. The NEDO, New Energy Technology Development Organization from Japan, they are bringing a Japanese delegation, and a Japanese pavilion will be there. The Finland and Sweden are talking to us about having a Scandinavian pavilion. We are in discussion with Chinese companies for a Chinese delegation and a Chinese pavilion. So several countries have shown keen interest in participating in India Smart Grid Week. Smart grid is now becoming a connecting point for on the one side building smarter cities and on the other side smart homes and smart premises. So smart grid is a key linkage which will connect smart consumers and on the bigger side on the smart cities. So some of the sessions which we have, the theme of the session is about enabling prosumers and smart consumers, and also leveraging smart grid assets for building smarter cities.